Hi, I'm Diana. Today we're finally styling silk skirts for winter. We have 2 maxis, 2 midis, different colors, all the possibilities. I'm excited. Let's go. Yes, we do have some surprise kittens. You might see them. No promises, but they're here. We've already done a video about silk skirts for warm weather, so if you want to check that out, that's right here. But today we're going to be pairing these skirts, which are not typically thought of as warm winter gear. We're going to be pairing them with warm things so that you can wear them all year round. We're going to begin with the easiest choice ever. A silk maxi skirt is a column shape, and so is a turtleneck. A slim-fitting turtleneck goes so well with a maxi skirt. And I'm going to wear these little booties, these little ankle booties. It's not just a slim turtleneck, it's sheer. I don't know if you can see my hand under there. So I did wear a tank top underneath. I think these sheer turtlenecks are so cute and festive and feminine. I love them. Because looking feminine isn't always about showing off or being as bare as possible. If you grew up when I did in the 80s and 90s, you would have thought that at some point. But the truth is, being feminine is an attitude, and it's not about how much skin you show. And that's exciting. You know what else I find exciting? Since I'm wearing purple, I want to carry a blue purse. And I got this purse in Paris because my purse broke while I was at the market, and there was no better reason to buy this than I simply had a broken purse. So I bought this little blue thing. It's the same exact color as the street sign, so it's always going to remind me of Paris. I'm going to pull out this tortoise-looking plastic resin strap that I got from Quince, which I'm excited about because I love changeable straps. I love when you can change the look of a bag simply by changing the strap. Which brings us to idea number 2, which is pair it with a trench coat. And I really didn't mean this to be some sort of transformational video, but I did replace the belt on this trench coat with a long necklace chain, and I've really liked it ever since. So don't be afraid to pair your silk skirts with your trench coat, with your sheer turtleneck. What else? Let's do a different skirt. So this time we're going to play with this rose-colored midi skirt, and I'm just going to put on these knee-high kitten heel boots that go with everything. And let's talk about monochromaticism. I believe that's a word. When talking about monochromatic looks, you think same color. But I like to think similar color family. I think silk skirts always look great in kind of a monochromatic way, where you're picking other clothes in the same family. And in this case, I'm picking a giant pink turtleneck sweater, which, again, is a whole other concept. Don't be afraid to pair your silk skirts with giant turtleneck sweaters. It's a great look, almost always. I don't know when it's not, but almost always, yes. Because we're just doing the same color family, I'm going to pick a red purse. And I like this a lot. I wish I had red boots. I would do it. Pretty, festive, warm, and if you want to get even warmer, wear tights underneath. Okay, let's talk about this leopard mini skirt, which I think is just a wonderful item to have in my closet because it adds so much. Just think, if this were only black, this is way more interesting. I'm very excited about this leopard skirt. I'm not excited about how everything is just kind of feeling loosey-goosey right now. I just want to remind you that even though a silk skirt generally, they don't come with belt loops, doesn't mean you can't throw a belt on if you need to tuck your sweater in. So I'm going to put a leather belt here to match my leather boots. And I'm just going to give my sweater a little tuck in. And now that this belt is here to help, my sweater will stay longer like this. And I'm just going to tuck in the front, not the back. And here's a wonderful fall to winter look. Imagine a big wool coat over this. Super cozy. And if I can convey one point to you in this video, I hope it's this, is that silk skirts don't always have to read fancy. So here I am with a brown tank top on with my brown maxi skirt and my leopard Adidas sneakers. I have no idea if you can see them. I'm trying, I'm really trying. And from here, honestly, you could go hoodie. I'm going to go funky blazer because I want like an artsy look. I want someone who's just not taking things too seriously. Usually blazers read work, but when it's a vintage silk blazer like this, it reads fun, it reads artsy. Let's take it down a notch from the blazer to show you that silk skirts don't have to read fancy. What about this cotton stripy shirt with some bling on it? It's a little silly, but it's a little serious because it has a collar, which is why I usually avoid things with a collar, because I'm just not very serious. And just wear the shirt over your monochrome ensemble like this with your sneakers, and it's very casual. This is just a day out on the town. Go have lunch with your friends. No big deal. NBD. Speaking of NBD, how about just your favorite statement shirt? It doesn't even matter if it's almost garbage like mine is. So yes, this is one of my favorite t-shirts. It's been cut into a tank top. It has a dog. It says adopt. It is perfectly grungy, and I'm wearing it with this beautiful silk skirt and my sneakers. And you know what else is NBD? Throwing on a big sporty fluffy jacket. Warm, cute, fuzzy. I like it. I'm going to pair it with this little clutch and I'm ready to go. Hello. You having a nice day? Maybe I'll be nice and just give the shirt a little bit of a tuck in the front. And I have this little white clutch, but I really could have anything. I could have my big orange bag. It doesn't matter. I've got my beautiful silk skirt on and it's a completely casual look. Do not be afraid to wear your silk skirts. And here it is, zipped and looking cute. Are you zipped and looking cute? She's got nothing to say for herself. Suppose fluffy jackets aren't your thing? Maybe a leather jacket. I don't know. This is my thing. Something that's nice to have when styling a silk skirt is a matching silk camisole, if you can. Because with a matching silk camisole, you can create looks that look more like dresses or just a more cohesive look sometimes. So when you have a matching set, you can leave it untucked and you can just put things on top of this. And then if this part's going to be showing, you certainly could tuck it in. And we are going to give this a little bit of a tuck right now, because the first example is just throwing any sweater on top. And this is already so pretty and party worthy. Let's try this on backwards. First of all, how pretty is this? The bell sleeves, the high collar, the beautiful fabric, the cute little kitten heels that are so comfortable you could be on your feet all night, not notice it. And now, bam. That is so pretty and feminine. I love this idea. So wear your sweater on top of your set, front or backwards. Let's add this little faux fur collar and let's just wrap it all the way around. This is a really pretty look for when there's just a chill in the air, but it's not like super freezing. I love it all. So fun. What else? Is a silk blouse with your silk skirt too much? Too much silk? Too much soft? Well, it is if you don't do anything with it. This just looks like a big pile of mush. It could use a little shape, but the problem with silk is that if you start tucking things into it, you're going to see it. So one thing that you can do is just belt on the outside, like with a tiny little thin belt, and that brings some shape to it. And it's really cute. Let's bring the black trench coat back out. Kittens are knocked out. They were acting like little dinosaurs right before this. That's why they're knocked out. Let's do something that's also kind of rosy pink, a rose color, and big. Now we have quite an outfit, and I love the way that gold buckle really shines. This is fun. What else? So here's a hack I saw online, and I didn't try it yet, so we're going to try it together. And that is wearing your midi skirt as an off-the-shoulder asymmetrical top. But the difference in my look is that I'm going to wear my camisole so that I have a strap showing, but it's going to be a matching strap, so it doesn't look like my bra strap. It's going to look like part of the shirt. Yes, I'm wearing a strapless bra with this camisole right now, which is not something I like to do for an everyday thing, but for an event or something special or a special top, I will pull out the strapless bra. Okay, so you want to basically put the skirt over everything you have, and then you want to kind of like sneak your arm down through. Only one. Okay, hey, this is not a bad look to start. It's a little restrictive in this arm, but now you're supposed to belt it to rein it in. It probably would look better without the camisole strap. It would definitely look better without the microphone. Actually, that is pretty. that's a pretty party look, and I do like it with the camisole because it allows me extra coverage right here, whereas I wouldn't have that if I didn't have this camisole on. Maybe I'd have that if I did this look with a maxi skirt, but I think this actually turned out great. It actually kind of has like a 70s vibe to it. Pretty. What do you know? Internet hacks sometimes work. Now, this isn't something I would go out dancing in because as soon as I raise this arm, all sorts of weird stuff starts happening. But overall, it's not a bad look. I think it's really pretty, and you could definitely do it in a pinch. Now we're going to play a little game I like to call giant sweater, little sweater. And this is really just to show you that a silk skirt is worn so easily. If you just think giant sweater, little sweater. Giant sweater, a look I always love. Little sweater, perfect, always. I add a little belt here for shape. Giant sweater. And scarf. Tiny sweater. And scarf. You got something to say? She licked the microphone. I mean, are you getting the sense that you can do nearly anything with these silk skirts? Because you can. And of course, a silk skirt is perfect for dressing up. I know that that's obvious, but I still feel like I have to say it because I spent this whole video pairing this with old t-shirts and sneakers. So here I am with some black textured tights and some little strappy gold sandals, which I think is a really cute look with this really fancy jacket. And yeah, this jacket is like Chanel inspired, but it's Quince and it's great. And I have a feeling that this is going to go with all the skirts and all the jeans and all the cats. So because this is so dressed up, and I don't usually do completely dressed up without something weird. I know some of you are thinking, yeah, the leopard's already weird. Not for me. Let's add a little punch of color. We're going to add the blue bag. And that's good for me. Is it good for you? There's actually many, many more outfits we can create with this, but I think we've done enough for one day. I'm sorry you got sleepy kitties, but you get what you get and you don't get upset. I'll see you soon.